Hello, good morning to all. I am Kiran Satnami, Assistant Professor in TIT Pharmacy. Today we will discuss about industrial pharmacy, 7th sem subject, code BP702. Today we will cover Unit 2, Unit 2 and 1, and Unit 1 is pilot plant scale up techniques. It's cover topic 1 from Unit 1. General consideration including significance of personal requirement, space requirement, and raw material. And introduction. What is introduction? The pilot plant is a hybrid development facility and manufacturing unit which integrate following development, early development activities, clinical supply, manufacturing, technically evaluation, scale up and transfer to the production state. uh, General definition: a pilot plant can also define as the pre-commercial production system which include new production technology and produce small volume of new technology based products. And what is meaning of scale up? Scale up is a process of increasing the batch size or produce for applying the same process to different output volumes. And the what is pilot plant study must include. So first one is current good manufacturing practices, environment, highly trained and skilled staff, and equipment support, facility through the close examined formula. So what is general consideration for pilot plants or pilot plants come under the personal requirement, space requirement for the personal requirement, space requirement, raw material, uh, material. The first one is personal requirement. So what the qualification required for a person who work in the pilot plant organization? So first first requirement for the personal requirement, first good theoretical knowledge on blending, pharmaceutical industry experience, ability to develop good relationship with other personnel, uh, and good communication skill. And the personnel for pilot plant must having good theoretical knowledge, pharmaceutical industry experience, ability to develop good relationship with other personnels, good communication skill, practical experience in production areas, formulation process and equipment, should be able to understand the intent of the formulator and perspective of the production. So these all are the uh, considered as personal requirement in pilot plant. Second one is space requirement. The space requirement in pilot plant divided into four major areas: administration and information area, physical testing area, and standard equipment and floor space, storage area. So these four areas in pilot plant consider as the space requirement. Talking about administration and information area, so uh, it considered adequate office and desk space should be provided both scientists and technicians, and proper work area for a good administration block. Physical testing area, this area provided permanent bench top space, the routinely physical testing equipment. These are important for the pilot plant testing and very important for the pilot plant studies or for making the pilot plant successful. Standard equipment and floor space, the sufficient specified space must be there for free installation operation. Standard equipment and floor space, this considered if we have a sophisticated instrument or normal uh, standard equipment. So we are having good, so must have a industry or a uh, industry or a pilot plant, uh, for a consideration of the pilot plant, we must have standard equipment and floor space also, that we can operate easily and maintain the equipment, as well as sophisticated instrument also. Storage area, uh, talking about storage area, so storage area is very important for the storage in firstly processed material or a raw material, finished bulk product and samples, experimental production batches, uh, that can a particular storage area that can protect from the contamination with other substances. So these are the space requirement consideration in pilot plants. Talking about raw material consideration, one of the major responsibility of a pilot plant is approval and validation experimental raw material used for the pharmaceutical products. So this is because the raw material used during the small scale formulation, and whenever when the pilot plant, we are making the pilot plants and represent the large volume shipment, so change the quantity of the substance, and raw material properties changes, large volume shipment may changes after the shipment. Material property like particle size, morphology, bulk density, static charges, rate of solubility, flow properties and colors also. So in pilot plant, uh, making a pilot plant studies or considered uh, very for the manufacturing of the different type of dosage form. It's important to consider best, or one of the major responsibility of the pilot plant persons also, and uh, making a very straightforward guideline for the pilot plant consideration. Topic 2, it comes under the unit 1 pilot plant scale up techniques, as well as pilot plant scale up consideration for the solid, liquid and oral, semi solids and 11 documentation. uh, in above slides or above consideration, we were talking about general consideration of the pilot plant. Now we are talking about the pilot plant scale of a particular or a different type of dosage form, like solid, liquid or semi solid, and their relevant documents. So first one is pilot plant scale up considered for solids dosage form. So in solid dosage form, first one is batch size and intermediate to large scale production, each stage of operation, different type of equipment used, sophisticated instrument with larger volume load, material handling. So how will we handle the material in solid preparations, like the characteristic of firstly in solid dosage form, what is the characteristic of the material, like density, size, shape and static charges must be taken into the consideration while the adopting the processing steps, like lifting and tickling the drums, vacuum loading system, screw feeding system, mastering pump system. So these are the characteristic of the material in solid dosage forms. Second was this chemical weighing. So how a personnel involved in pilot plant, or these are the personnel in working in preparation or in solid dosage form preparation in pilot plant. So chemical weighing, incorrect. So we are as a personnel in pilot plant or working in an industry. So chemical being the incorrect ingredient and quantity may lead the cross contamination. So we can must ensure that the being of a chemical is not incorrect. A chemical weighing department should be designed to provide supervision, checkers, lighting, dust collection, adequate sanitation, and we must observe the proper weighing equipment, supply of sink, drain, cabins, vacuums, supply system. These are also comes under the solid dosage form preparations. Now we will talk about tablet blending and granulation. So as we all know, tablet is a solid dosage form, and we are talking about the pilot plant scale up consideration for solids. So tablet is a solid dosage form. So tablet preparation for a tablet, what is the process in tablet manufacturing? So first one is blending and granulation. So in tablet preparation, what is the scale up consideration? What is the scale up consideration for the solid and in solids tablets? So first one, blending and granulation for the tablet manufacturing. Powders, as we all know, the tablet manufacturing, granulation is the most important process. Powder to be used, the encapsulation or granulating must be blended. In short, inadequate blending at this stage could result the decayed portion. So these are the all process for the tablet manufacturing. Either we are doing dry blending, direct completion, slugging, dry granulation. The dry powder cannot be compressed directly. uh, if the powder is dry, so dry powder cannot be compressed directly due to poor flow and compression properties. And slugging is done by using the tablet press 15 tons. So these are the basic consideration for the dry granulation method in tablet preparation. Second is wet granulation. So wet granulation is also a process in tablet manufacturing. Traditionally, wet granulation has been carried by using the Sigma brand mixture. Now, in uh, in traditional time, for the granulation, uh, personnel used to blend the mixture in Sigma blend mixture and heavy duty planetary mixture. So wet granulation can also prepared using the tumble blender with the high speed chopper blends. Tablet compression. In tablet preparation, uh, granulation and compression is the most important process. After the granulation complete and granules are proper dried, we will compress that powder and will make a yeah, uh, we will give a shape of powder, granuled powder, uh, for making a tablet. So tablet compression, the prolonged trial runs a press speed generally adopted. Generally, as we all know, the tablet compression we are using the uh, tablet punching machine, rotatory tablet punching machine, multi-station tablet machine, that can be as considered as the pilot plant consideration. Pilot plant scale up considered for the next is pilot plant scale up considers for the liquid orals. Liquid orals, as we all know, the liquid orals mainly that is use liquid preparation or liquid medicine, या liquid and or liquid dosage form that is administered in body by oral route. So that is liquid preparation. So pilot plant, what is the consideration for the in what is the consideration in pilot plant for liquid orals? So the physical form of a drug that can incorporate it, demonstrate Newtonian flow behavior. So what is the in liquid oral, for liquid oral comes under the uh, solutions, suspensions, emulsion. These all are considered as the liquid orals or comes under the liquid oral. So first one is solution. Solution, the parameter to be considered for scale up of solutions in pilot plant. First one, impeller diameter, or these all are the considered for the, these all are the parameter to be considered at the scale up of solution, that is liquid preparations. uh, Second, suspension. So suspensions also liquid preparations. These all are the parameters for the scale up of suspension. Suspension, all are the important parameters, like to avoid air interrupt, wetting of suspending agent, addition of dispersion agent, agents. Next is emulsion. Emulsion also considered as a liquid preparation. So what is the parameter considered in scale up of emulsions are homogenizing equipment. This is very important parameter, homogenization, for proper mixing of a drug or other excipients, temperature, mixing equipment, phase equipment. So these all are considers as the pilot plant preparation for solid, liquid and oral preparation. Next is scale up and post approval changes guidelines. So what is the guideline for the uh, scale up and post approval changes guideline? As we were talking about the scale up process, so SUPAC represent the changes recommended by the US FDA, US United States Food Drug Administration at the time of the scale up or approval of ANDA, new drug application. In the process of developing a new drug product, the batch size, the product can be any dosage form, solid, liquid, semi solid, any. So when we are processing of developing a new drug product, so after post approval, what is the guideline for changes? If any guideline, if any requirement changes after approval, so what are the guidelines? The scale up and post approval changes guideline. So who will change the guideline or who will validate the changes? So first one is US FDA changes, uh, and US FDA gives the guideline for the changes. So what is the guideline define? The level of changes, minor, moderate and major changes, test for the testing, application test, in vitro resolution and in vivo, filling annual report. So the developing product, or approved product. Approved product. What is the annual report for the that product? Changes being affected, supplement and prior filling. Annual report changes being, if any changes required. So what the industry uh, will do for the post approval changes? Level 1 changes, level 2 changes, level 3 changes. So these are the level about the post approval changes. Component or composition changes. These are the SUPAC MR, SUPAC SS, SUPAC IR. So SUPAC MR for excipient, critical and non-critical modified drug release. And SUPAC UPAC SS for the semi-solid formulation and changes in the semi-solid formulation after approval. IR, changes in the intermediate release solid dosage form after approval. The site changes of manufacturer. And next is introduction the platform technology. What is the platform technologies? Platform technologies are the system that distribute the system out into different level of abstraction, the done order to differentiate between core platform function and the application layer. They insist on the drawn upon these underlying common services like pharmaceutical platform technologies, important platform technologies. And next unit is unit second. We will cover the unit second in next video. Thank you.